All right, this reading is for Scorpio. It's a love reading for the month of May. I'm going to be using the One World Tarot for your main spread, and then some clarifiers from the Enchanted Lenormand Oracle deck and my Grimalkin deck. Um, this Enchanted Lenormand Oracle deck is great because it's got a lot of really specific cards. These love readings might be more specific than the regular monthly general reads, so just take what resonates with you and leave the rest for someone else. Just going to pull one clarifier for the Eight of Wands, which is sort of the main theme of the reading. All right, Scorpio. This is a very exciting love reading. I don't know if you can see this, but you have three different cards with horses on them. And then, very notably, you have the Eight of Wands as sort of the central theme. Eight of Wands represents very fast movement, quick action. So, whatever this love situation is, it is moving very quickly, maybe more quickly than you'd like. Um, and if it hasn't started in your life, if you don't see the situation yet, for some of you, it hasn't appeared in your life yet, but when it will, it'll be very quick moving. So keep that in mind. The really interesting part is that I think you're basically going to have some choices. Um, there's these cards here are sort of clarifiers. So Queen of Wands tells me you are very confident right now. You're being very independent, which is funny. A lot of people say that's when love comes to you, is when you need it the least. So Scorpio, I think you're sort of just attracting a lot of attention right now. And the types of energies that you may be attracting can vary. And I think there might be a couple options. So, one thing to keep in mind is Queen of Wands can also represent being open minded. So, the person that you may end up choosing may not be your usual type, which is always interesting. Um, I would keep in mind that this Knight of Wands here is very flashy, a lot of fun. But Knight of Wands in a love reading, this type of person may also be a little bit not great with commitment. So keep that in mind if someone, walks into your path and that does sort of seem to fit their narrative, is you might want to just sort of vet them a little more or just take it a little slower, make sure you really get to know them. The Knight of Pentacles in the love reading, I like to call this the Taurus lover because they are very reliable, very dependable. They can be a little stubborn, just like Tauruses. So that's why I kind of call them that. But they make great partners. No one's perfect. So that would be the downfall with this type of partner. Um, with this one here, the downfall is that they may not be great with commitment. So you kind of can choose what you want. The really cool thing is in this layout, this card I usually see as sort of the outcome or possible outcome, and the sun is one of the brightest cards in the deck. It really represents sort of your dreams coming true. I heard someone describe it as the feeling of when she met her partner. That was the sun for her. So I think the choice that you want is available. It's sort of vetting them out. You might have some confusion. That this Lenormand card can represent some confusion, so you might need to sort of meditate or take your time. I always say there's nothing wrong with going slower. You should never feel rushed in dating, and consistency. Certain things will only come up over time, so nothing wrong with taking your time. Um, this card is a little Scorpio here. I had to look this one up. I forgot what it meant, but basically it represents someone who maybe is a little bit more dominant in love. I'll let you take uh interpret that the way you would like. So, another thing to keep in mind, I don't know if that's something that matters to you or if that's just an option that comes up in this situation. Um, but I found that really interesting, so wanted to mention that. But basically, a lot of movement. You see a lot of colors here and things. The horses represent movement, the wands represent movement. So things are just moving very quickly. And again, you have control over that. You can always, take a break, take a step back if you need to. Keep that in mind. You are being very confident, very independent right now. And that is perfect for this type of situation. But yes, I am really excited for you, Scorpio.